Welcome to this little studio vlog. If you don't know me, my name is Emma. I am 27 and I own my own small business. I make little polymer clay figurines, keychains, charms, and so on. All of my creations are inspired by nature. I really love being outside and I really love making cute little items. Today we're going to be making two axolotl ponds. Well, actually they're the tiny axolotl ponds. They look like this and they're definitely my most sold product. They're just so cute and tiny and I just love to make them. We're also gonna drop by Michael's. I'm gonna stock up on some clay and yeah, I guess that's really the plan. I hope you want to stick around in this video and maybe create an axolotl pond for yourself while I'm making mine. All right, let's get started. If you've been watching my studio vlogs and walks, you know that I'm a dedicated matcha consumer. But today I swapped out the matcha with some iced coffee. There's Bailey's in it. Let's make those orders. I just need to mix, double the amount of clay that I would usually use to make one tiny axolotl pond, and then just make them identical. It makes it really easy for me. I start out by mixing the gray clay for the pond. As I've mentioned before, I like to mix my own clay. I think, mixing your own colors and actually not having your figurines 100% identical makes them way more, personal. When you receive a little figurine that I've made, you know that the figurine is completely unique and made just for you. Obviously, you still want your figurines to look like what the person thinks they ordered, or they will be really disappointed. This looks like the color I'm looking for, and I can always shade it with some soft pastels later on if I want it to be a little darker or a little lighter, so I really don't worry much about that. If you want to make a tiny axolotl pond yourself, this is the bottom of the pond and it's exactly 4 grams. We're just gonna roll it out like this until it has the size that I'm looking for. And since it's a tiny axolotl pond, we're not gonna make it bigger than this. All right, now we're gonna grab the leftover clay, and I might have to mix some more of this, but that's fine. Gray is not a hard color to mix. I'm just gonna take a few pieces and roll it in like any shape or size I want. I'm gonna use my little lid as a surface, and then I'm just gonna take my scalpel thingy and just cut the sides of the piece of clay until I feel like it looks like a rock. And you can't really do this part wrong. It's really just, cut it however you want. And I'm at least gonna cut like 25 pieces since we have 2 figurines. Now it looks something like this, and as mentioned, I'm just gonna make like at least 20-25 of them and see if that's enough for the ponds. Okay, so we got all of the little rocks. I hope we have enough, or I'll just make some more. And we're just gonna place them on like the bottom of the pond now. So this is what one of the ponds look like with all the stones on, and I think it turned out pretty cute. Now we're just gonna add some moss and then the axolotl. So what we're doing right now is we're using this kind of tool to make the moss for the pond. And I'm really just like scraping off some green clay and just adding it wherever I feel like. And I don't want to go too, overboard. I'm just adding it wherever I feel like it fits. And I'm gonna try to add some like on the inside and a little bit on the outside so it's as natural as possible, I guess. And yeah, I'm just gonna do that for both of the ponds. Now we're ready to shade it and add the axolotls. I am still figuring out the camera angles. So now we're gonna make the axolotl, and I usually use like a lavender pastel color for my axolotls, but I guess you can use, any color you want. Personally, I think the pastel colors work the best for the ponds. The axolotls weigh 0.80 grams, so we're just gonna weigh that first. I start out by conditioning the clay, and then I'm gonna take off a large piece and shape it like a teardrop. This is kind of the shape I was looking for. Now we're just gonna make the frills for the little face and then the arms and legs. I make the frills by grabbing a tiny piece of clay like this. And then I kind of just roll it like I did with the axolotl body, so like into a little teardrop, and then I make 6 of those. And then we're just gonna combine 3 of them together. I'm gonna show you in a second. This is what it should look like. And now I'm just gonna take my scalpel thingy and cut it around here. And then I just squish it gently so it's gonna fit the head. And this is the result. This is the length and the shape I was looking for the frills. So I'm actually just gonna take these off again and then shade them so I don't get any coloring on the body of the axolotl. This is just what I was looking for. I think it turned out super cute. Now we're gonna add the legs and the arms. When working with figurines like this, it's really easy to get frustrated really fast because, you know, you just can't get it right, or you feel like your fingers are too big, or, you know, you can't get the details because it's too hard. Everybody starts somewhere, and I've been doing this for quite a while, and I guess, found the right technique, and I have all the practice to doing little figurines like this. I just remember getting really angry with myself all the time, getting really frustrated, and then I just didn't want to make the figurine I was doing anymore. And I think it's totally fine to take a breather, go for a walk, find inspiration, find hacks, you know, stuff like that, and then get back to it. It's also okay to make something you're not 100% satisfied with, because you really learn as you go, and you always get better if you keep practicing. I think you have to remember that. I'm just adding the last 2 legs, and then we're gonna shade the pond and add the axolotl to the pond. I finished the axolotls, and the result looks like this. As you can see, they look alike, but they're not identical, and I really think that's beautiful. We're gonna add these little cuties to the axolotl ponds. And first of all, we're gonna shade them, and then we'll add them, and then we'll bake them. This is almost the finished result. Now we're gonna bake it and glaze it. I am going to bake these guys at 275 Fahrenheit for around 20 minutes. And just remember that when you take them out of the oven, they're gonna be a little soft, and that's totally normal. You're just gonna have to wait for maybe 20 minutes, and then they're gonna harden. And in case you were wondering, you can always rebake your figurines. Just make sure that it doesn't burn. The axolotls just got out of the oven, and they look perfect. I think they turned out really cute. Now we're gonna glaze them, and I'm gonna use the UV resin that I got from Amazon. I don't know this brand because it's in Chinese, but you can get all your resin from Amazon if that's at your disposal. And I'm just gonna use a regular paintbrush, and of course wear a mask and make sure we have proper ventilation as well as gloves so that we don't get any resin on our hands or in our lungs. Let's get started. We are at Michael's now. I'm gonna get some polymer clay. I already do have a bunch of clay at home, but I need to stock up because it's really expensive to buy it in Denmark. So I need to have enough so that it can last for a while. I'm definitely gonna get a white and a brown and a black and, you know, basic colors like that, and then I can mix it myself. I think that's the plan. I just found the clay aisle. For the white clay, I like to use this one. And I just think this one is better than the Sculpting Primo for some reason. I don't know, I think I can work better with this one, so I guess that's just my preference. I will also need some red and some green. And probably a yellow as well. I got all of the goods here. This should last me for quite a while. I hope you guys enjoyed this little studio vlog. I decided to try to structure my videos so that I have studio vlogs and regular a day in my life vlogs. I think that would be a good balance because even though I really want to show my small business and I love to work in my small business, I also love to show my everyday life, new experiences, and, you know, share it with you guys. Somebody in the comments mentioned not that long ago that I should do like a structured clay with me video so that you guys can make the figurine that I'm making alongside me. And I think that was such a good idea, and we're definitely gonna make those in the future. Then we're gonna have like a little poll in our community where you guys can choose what figurine you would like to make the most. I think that would tie us together really well as a community. Anyways, I'm gonna end the studio vlog here. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much if you watched this far. I hope to see you next time. Bye!